10 transgender stars you didn't know about then and now, 2026. How many celebrities do you know who bravely live their truth as transgender? And how many of them do you really know beyond the headlines? In Hollywood and the entertainment world, fame often comes with pressure, judgment, and constant scrutiny. Even stars who shine bright can struggle with acceptance, self-discovery, and public perception. Today, we'll take a closer look at the transgender stars you might not have known, explore their journeys from their early days to now, and celebrate how they've risen, transformed, and inspired millions along the way. Elliot Page. Elliot Page is an actor from Canada who gained fame with the lead role in the film Juno that earned him an Oscar nomination. In recent years, he has acted in mainstream movies such as Inception and achieved popularity as an actor in the Netflix show The Umbrella Academy. Elliot made headlines around the globe in December 2020 when he revealed that he was transgender in an emotional message posted on social media, in which he said, "I am trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot." This was clearly recognized as being a momentous occasion for the representation of trans people, and especially for the Hollywood portrayal of trans characters by trans actors. It was amazing to find acceptance in a place where I feel I can just walk around as who I am. But with the name change, I hope to bring attention to some of the issues faced by the transgender community around the world. Elliot's new life was about more than a name change. The act of coming out as a transgender individual can bring attention to the issues faced by the transgender community around the world. He talked about his fears and his joy in a very honest way. He was very proud of who he was, but was aware of all the transgender-related discrimination. Now let's take a look at another transgender star who began sharing her journey with the world at a very young age. Jazz Jennings. Jazz Jennings is a television personality as well as one of the youngest people to come out as a transgender person. She was born in 2000 and comes from Florida. She first made headlines when she was featured on 2020 at just 6 years of age. She spoke freely about what it was like to grow up as a transgender girl. She further brought her life into the limelight through the reality show series I Am Jazz that was broadcast on TLC from 2015 to date. The series focused on how she, as a transgender teenager that she was, led a normal life. Apart from television, Jazz is a fervent LGBTQ+ supporter. In fact, she and her family founded the Trans Kids Purple Rainbow Foundation, a group that helps transgender kids and their families. Now, let's step into the high fashion world and meet a transgender star who's breaking barriers on runways around the globe. Andrea Peggi. One of the most popular models who happens to be transgender is named Andrea Pejic. Pejic was actually born and raised in Bosnia and Herzegovina during the year 1991 and later migrated to Australia with her family. Pejic initially gained popularity in the fashion industry as the androgynous model that catwalked for both men's and women's shows for prominent designers such as Jean-Paul Gaultier and Marc Jacobs. In 2013, Andrea came out publicly as a trans woman. And in 2014, she finished her gender confirmation and is now what some believe to be the first openly trans supermodel. Her presence helped to shatter fashion industry barriers. She was the first trans model to be featured in Vogue and then signed major contracts as a model and modeled in prominent fashion shows. Even after the transition, she continued to work with big names in the industry while also advocating for more inclusion. Andrea has been open about her own experience, from being discovered in her job at McDonald's to strutting down global runways, and the importance of her being able to live as herself. As we move from the world of high fashion into television and acting, the journey of the next transgender star highlights how representation has grown across different parts of entertainment. Indya Moore. Indya Moore, an American actor and model, best recognized for playing the role of Angel Evangelista in the hit series Pose, which highlighted the LGBTQ ballroom culture, making history in its casting of trans performers. Born in 1995 in New York City, Moore started modeling when they were young before becoming an actor, where they gained fame. The influence of Moore does not stop there. In 2019, Time magazine listed them as one of the most influential people in the world, among 100 people who have impacted society through their art, as well as their role as an advocate for the transgender and non-binary community. They also utilize they, them, as well as she, her, while embracing their identity in their own terms as they speak. candidly about their experiences with discrimination, resilience, and expression. India has also broken barriers in fashion and media, such as being one of the first trans individuals to appear on mainstream magazine covers, and remains an advocate for trans rights and trans representation within the entertainment industry. Now, let's turn to the world of fashion and meet a young model who's rewriting the rules and breaking barriers in every way. Ariana Rose Phillip. Ariana Rose Phillip is an Antiguan-American model, actress that has broken records in the fashion industry in many historic ways. Born in the year 2001, the beauty model currently resides in New York City. Known for gaining attention from a young age with a bold attitude, along with the powerful voice that advocates for inclusivity within the fashion industry, model Ariana Rose Phillip marked history as the first Black, transgender, and physically disabled model who signed with a popular modeling agency. One of the most encouraging aspects of Ariana's experience, however, is that she has never allowed any obstacle in her path. Ariana is a child model who suffers from quadriplegic cerebral palsy. Though she faces limitations in her physical ability as well as in the world around her, she has modeled in some of the most prestigious fashion events, such as the Moschino Fashion Show in New York Fashion Week. Her work is not only representative of the transgender community, but also the disabled and people of color, reminding the fashion industry why diversity is so important. Several magazine covers also feature Ariana, including British Vogue, and major magazines like Teen Vogue, ID, Elle, and Allure also feature this model. Besides modeling, she makes music, art, and content that reflect who she is and her experiences, showing the world that beauty and creativity come in many forms. The next transgender star has made her mark in completely different ways in the world of television, film, and entertainment culture. I tease Madison. Tease Madison was born as Madison Hinton in Miami, Florida. She is a renowned entertainer as well as a prominent figure who advocates for the LGBTQ+ community. She gained initial mainstream success in 2013 with a 6-second clip on the app Vine when her new Weave 22 inches video became a huge hit on the internet. T.S. Madison not only creates content for the internet, but she has built a career as an actress, producer, television personality, and activist. In 2021, she made history as she appeared in and produced a reality television show that she starred entitled The Tease Madison Experience, marking the first Black transgender woman in history to do so. She also starred in films, including Zola, Bros, and since season 15, she is now a regular juror on RuPaul's Drag Race. Apart from entertainment, Madison has also been a powerful voice in the transgender community. In March 2025, Madison launched the T.S. Madison Starter House in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a home for formerly incarcerated Black transgender women. The home offers housing, health care, and training in business. Let's move into television and media, where these two transgender stars are making waves as hosts, entertainers, and powerful voices for visibility. Khalid Karan. Khalid Karan is one of the most popular entertainers in the Philippines and goes by the name Jervy Wrightson as her real name. Khalid Karan has made significant history in the Philippines because she is the very first transgender woman in the Philippines history to become a newscaster for one of its major networks. In fact, Khalid Karan isn't a newcomer to the news industry because she first gained popularity as a telepresence personality, host, and performer. Some of the programs she hosted include Umagang Kay Ganda and I Can See Your Voice, and she was also a judge in the show Drag Race Philippines. June 2023 saw the appointment of the said individual as the entertainment news presenter of Frontline Pilipinas of TV5, with the appointing parties claiming that carrying news by trans women added inclusivity to reporting. In interviews, she said how important this moment is to her, and this is especially true considering she didn't see many transgender news anchors when she was growing up. The next star was the one who brought trans visibility into the fashion and television sector, Carmen Carrera. Carmen Carrera is a trans woman from the United States, renowned for her earlier stint as a contestant on the reality television series RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3. Drag Race later led Carmen into the world of modeling, television, and social activism. Carmen R. Williams began as one of the first openly trans models to sign with a major agency, namely Wilhelmina Models, thus entering mainstream fashion. Additionally, she has modeled for magazines, TV shows like Jane the Virgin, and has strutted her stuff at various events like Miami Swim Week. Next up, the celebrity we're about to discuss transformed the face of modeling many years ago. Caroline Cossey. Caroline Cossey, or Tula, as she was known as a model and actress, is perhaps the first and only transgender model in the world to achieve global recognition. Caroline was born in 1954 in the town of Brooke, in the country of England. Caroline started her life as a woman and a model in the 1970s, gracing the covers of top magazines and even becoming a glamour model with the pseudonym Tula. Her initial success led her to a minor appearance in the 1981 James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only, which introduced her to the limelight, albeit due to a challenging experience of being exposed as a transgender woman by a British tabloid with the sensational headline, "James Bond Girl was a boy," which stunned the world. Despite this challenge, Caroline continued moving forward. In 1991, she was the first transgender woman to be featured in Playboy. This was a breakthrough for the fashion world. The next celebrity took a different path, from nightclub stages to network television sets. Candace Cain. Candace Cain is an American actress and performance artist known for breaking new ground on television. Born in 1971 in Maui, Hawaii, she began performing in New York City nightclubs in the 1990s and, after coming out as transgender in 1996, emerged as a bold and expressive artist. Candace gained widespread recognition in 2007 for her role as Carmelita on ABC's Dirty Sexy Money, making her the first transgender actress to take on a recurring transgender role in primetime television. Not only was she a groundbreaker, but her role also helped open the door to a surge in more authentic transgender representation on TV. Along with Dirty Sexy Money, Candace has continued acting, including shows like The Magicians, in which she played the Fairy Queen, and is noted for her dynamic presence both on screen and within performance art spaces. And that wraps up our look at some of the most inspiring transgender stars and their incredible journeys. From breaking barriers in fashion, TV, and film to using their voices for advocacy, these celebrities show us the power of living authentically. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this. Comment below which celebrity inspired you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.